And we're back with another Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Lakers Postgame, everyone. Hope you Lakers fans are doing well. Go ahead and catch me. It is Gerald Glassford right here at the Lakers Fast Break and also at the Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On the latest Pop Culture Cosmos, TJ Johnson and I talk about WWE at a crossroads. Yes, the pun is intended there. We also talk about Scream 7, and obviously coming off of its major success this past weekend, best in franchise history. And what is the future for Pixar as Hoppers comes out later this week? We talk about all that and more on the latest Pop Culture Cosmos on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget also as well, I'm on Lakers Latest by the Fan Arc Network. My friends there host me doing a show about 15 to 25 minutes long right there for you in the morning hours, 8 to 9. It starts around 8. Sometimes they put it out at 8:30, sometimes 9, but usually around 8 o'clock in the morning. They drop a new episode starring me right there, talking to some Lakers to you, giving you a recap and some personal thoughts on the Lakers right there at Lakers Latest. Go ahead, like and subscribe right there on YouTube as well. And don't forget my good friend Drip Show, the Drip Show Meister at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. See this awesome pillow right by my side, always with Kobe and Gigi. Always remembering them, always thinking about them every time we do a show because they're right there. Plus, also as well, don't forget the canvas art from Luca and Kobe right there as well. I've got a LeBron canvas art right over there. I've got t-shirts, hats, posters. He can do so many things for you in the world of custom art when it comes to sports and pop culture. So go ahead and reach out to @DripShowShop on Instagram and Twitter. And yes, I've got something along the way in the works, thanks to my good friend El Rosto, that he has given to me, that I've given to Drip Show, to go ahead and come up with something good for a contest, a giveaway for you guys that is in the works, courtesy of El Rosto and my man at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. You know what the hell this is, Joe. By the way, your newest, how should I say, devotee wants you to show your ugly face on the air tonight, by the way. No mobile stuff for him. But he wants you to yell at him again, by the way, which is really creepy when you think about it. But don't forget my good friend Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Yo, don't forget to catch his great highlights, plus also as well his streams every time out at Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Don't forget that as well. And of course, also as well, my good friends, the Lakerholics crew. Hopefully they'll get together for a Lakerholics Saturdays at 11 a.m. when they are able to get together right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Look, scroll up, Joe. Scroll up on the chat. Use your fingers, scroll up on the chat. It's not that hard. Even a child can do it. Then you can see exactly what he wants as far as it's concerned. Because you said you're a man of the people, and the people are asking to be yelled at by a guy that they can see their face. So there you go. Indeed. But the Lakers tonight on Tuesday, after a very relaxing weekend with 2 straight victories, head in tonight before they head out on the road at Denver to go ahead and face off against the hapless, I should say, New Orleans Pelicans, a team that is still very much in disarray, a team that actually has some good talent, but has not put it together all season long and doesn't have a first-round pick as well, because they gave that up to Atlanta. So what would happen when they faced off against a team that's not tanking, that's just not that good here in today's game? And it didn't look great for the first 3.5 quarters because the Lakers, they would go up a little bit. Then the seesaws back. New Orleans would go up a little bit. Back and forth they went throughout the first 3 quarters. Didn't look all that great for the Lakers. Didn't seem to have everything working well like we've seen in the past couple of days. I know the shooting that we talked about as far as for the Lakers, that wasn't there from distance today. It was back down to a miserable 30%. Austin Reeves struggling for most of the game. I know a lot of people are talking about him and not the greatest of lights right now, of course, during the Discord and here in the chat already. LeBron James, though, still pretty efficient through his first three quarters. But then Luka took over, got some timely passes in there, timely shots, 27 points for him, 10 to 22. Still struggled from outside the distance like the rest of the team, 3 of 10 from three, 10 rebounds. But the Lakers, after playing with their food for 3.5 quarters, finally decided to go on a run. I think it was like 20 at one time, 22 to 6. They gone up to by as many as 10 points, and it was able to go ahead and hold off the New Orleans Pelicans from any further embarrassment. And the Lakers were able to go ahead and finish the game 110 to 101. Not quite the comfortable, easy victory I was hoping for, but still, it's a W in the win column. The Lakers are now 37 and 24. As far as where they are in the standings, they're still in sixth place in the Western Conference. We're still a half game behind the Denver Nuggets, who they will see on Thursday. So that will be a very interesting game for all the right reasons. They're still a game and a half behind Houston and Minnesota in the Western Conference, but they're now getting some distance on the Phoenix Suns. They're now 2.5 games in front of the Phoenix Suns right now in the Western Conference. So a little bit of breathing room there, kind of looking more and more like the Lakers will hopefully avoid the play-in. It's looking more like it's going to head into that right direction. But yes, the Lakers with the solid 110 to 101 victory. Would have been nicer if it was more efficient, but hey, we got it done. I'll take it and I'll enjoy it. So right there for you. And here today to go ahead and discuss. Oh, his face is there. The ugly mug is there indeed. It is, of course, the man behind the Joe Soro experiment. I'm just kidding, my friend. The Joe Soro experiment. And of course, don't forget, he has got a lot of stuff going on with his great business, Synblades with a Y.com. It is Joe Soro. Joe, not the most comfortable of victories, but you never really thought, even when New Orleans pulled out to an 8-point lead at right around the beginning of the fourth quarter, you really didn't think that it was going to get out of hand. You always thought at some point in time the Lakers were going to flip on that switch and get it done.
Well, they were down by 8. I was starting to go, wait a minute. Are they really going to lose this? And then they kind of said, nah.
I didn't get that vibe. I just didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, they said, nah, we're not losing this. We're going to go ahead and put on a show here and show the league how clutch we are against the bottom feeders.
Yes, that they are. It is. Yeah, it's just, again, okay game, but I know that a lot of the criticism, especially for the first three quarters, was on Austin Reeves, and with the talk
criticism.
Quite a bit.
That guy has one bad game. All right. Criticism.
Well, he's had since he's come back, Joe. He has not he's not lit it up in the same way. You got to admit that. I mean, the statistics bear out. Since the big three has gotten back together, he's been like the wingman. He just hasn't gotten as much action as the main players on those two. So with that said, I mean, Austin Reeves today, again, struggled for the first three quarters, but a lot more is highlighted because of what the Lakers may have to commit to if they commit to it this offseason.
We're getting ahead of ourselves here, aren't we?
Well, it's just, again, there's not much to talk about today. They got a like an okay win. They did okay. They finished it out. It was just, I don't know really what you can take much from this game, except for when you look really at certain storylines that are starting to continue as we get closer and closer to the end of the season.
It's very difficult to look beyond tonight's game, as well as not be happy with the result. At the end of the day, the game is about winning, and the Lakers have won the last 3 games pretty handedly, really. I mean, I know this one was a little closer than the last 2, but it's just it's always healthy for a team to win no matter what. And this is the 3rd straight game where there was absolutely no nerves. There wasn't any frustrations. Even though they were down 8, it almost just kind of clicked like, I started thinking, what happened just now? But then within a matter of a minute, they were down 2, and I'm like, okay, good. They're kind of putting their foot down now and probably going to close us out. And they did. As far as Austin Reeves is concerned, groins are not good in the long run if you have it lingering. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's the wrong guy. I'm thinking about the calf thing with Austin. There may be some caution on his part. There may be some caution, and he's got a possible max contract waiting for him at the end of the year. So he probably wants to ease himself into this, which is not a good thing because this team is not going to win if he's playing on one leg. Or it could just be his shot was not dropping, but it did drop when it mattered. It did drop when it mattered. I thought he made the shots that needed to happen at the end of the game to win the game or to put it away. I don't know why I was thinking groin and Teoscar Hernandez. I don't know why that popped in there. Sorry about that. But tonight's game, if there was a theme tonight, is if New Orleans can get healthy and figure out whatever the hell they're doing over there, this could be a good team.
They've got
very Piston-like.
Yeah.
You know, coincidentally, their current GM is an old Piston, right? GM and player. They have some talent here. They can hit shots, and they're athletic. And this is the part in the NBA where sometimes maybe we lose ourselves into what's good and what's bad. Man, if these guys could just get their heads on straight and stay healthy, man, they could do something. And nothing is good when teams are bad in the NBA. I'd prefer to have all the teams be relevant, at least 20 out of the 30, just because it makes the league look better. And tonight, there was some entertaining basketball on both ends. And LeBron looked great, was doing his impression of a guy that's in his mid-30s at this point, not his 40s. Luka's Luka. I don't think we ever have to worry about him. DeAndre Ayton was fumbling and stumbling like Kwame Brown a little bit there, but then he kind of got his act together a little bit. Like Marcus Smart's game tonight, not too much volume, not too much of anything, just solid veteran leadership with key shots that went in. And then what can we say about Kennard that we haven't already said since the deadline? My God, this was a huge pickup for them versus what they had. And when he shoots the ball, I assume it's going in. And there's not a lot of players on the team where I think that. It's either Luka, to some degree Reeves when he's in the zone, and then Kennard. So I got to keep giving props to Rob for bringing that in there because he's helped. He's helped a lot in just basketball IQ, basketball focus, basketball shot making. It's nice to see a basketball player do what he's supposed to do. And he's doing it off the bench. Thank you. I just wanted to say that.
Once again, it is the Lakers with the victory, 110-101. They're 37-24, still sixth place in the Western Conference. Before I get to the questions that like JY and others in the chat, by the way, I think you mean Derek White, not Devin White. I think you mean Derek White, JY.
Devin is a linebacker, he was a linebacker for the Buccaneers.
I do want to mention also as well, as far as a store, the store is closed for the LFB that Joe had worked out. That link is no longer available. I mean, if you guys want something custom,
really?
For the LFB, yeah,
I'll have to talk to my contact. I don't know why that's.
Yeah, I can do something. I did already something for Tough with that LFB logo that Joe is wearing now. I did a white T-shirt for him. If you have a request, I have a place here locally, but they're not the greatest. Their charges, their prices aren't the greatest, but I can get you guys a quote if you're interested. Shoot me an email and what your preferences are, because I have the logos on file that Joe sent me. That's a Joe creation on the LFB logo. So yes, I have all that on file. So yeah, if you go on and hit me up at LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com and make a request on what style, color, whatever, just go ahead and hit me up, LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com, and I got a place here locally. But again, if we have enough demand for a lot of other stuff, for people to go ahead and open up a store again and whatnot, yeah, let me know. But it's just they closed it because we just didn't get any responses from it, quite frankly. But wanted to go ahead into that. So to charge $2 for a shirt. Um, Once again, it is, of course, the Lakers winning 110-101. Joe, I want to go ahead and hit up Virgilio's question, who emailed me on that one. He emailed me, Gerald, I appreciate the reply back deeply. I have a question. It's in regards to, he's been thinking about it for a while. Can you ask Joe if the NBA should possibly move the three-point line to the old international line of 20 feet, 6 inches. The NBA actually tried it for the 94-95 season with the hopes that more threes would be made. It actually had the opposite effect because defenses stayed more packed in, so the NBA went back to the line they have now. I'm especially interested in Joe's opinion because he hates all the threes that are being shot. So to give everyone an idea, of course, we have the pro line, the NBA line, then we have the international line, and then the college line is the shortest of the three. Your thoughts, Joe, on moving in?
I would have said that. I would have said that maybe 5 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago. But these guys are shooting logo threes like they're layups. I don't think that'll do anything.
The average now is like a 36% for 3-point shooters.
Yes. Yeah. However, what I believe would work is the expansion of the measurements of the court. Is make it a little bit wider, a little bit longer. But then that means the teams have to lose seats. There's just nothing you can do. You can't do anything from the top of the key and out because now you're going to start seeing more. You'll see more corner threes at that point. Then they'll figure that out. My solution to the 3-point problem is better defense. And the Lakers of 2020 sort of had it figured out, and then it kind of dropped off. I don't know why. You want a war rant?
Yeah, remember, this is the same guy that asked you previously before even the post game started.
We're not in a war, guys. There is no war.
Well, it depends on who's saying it, Joe. Again, I don't want to get politics, but some are saying it's a war. Some are not saying it's.
No, there's no war, guys. Come on.
I'm just saying it, that depending on who
you don't have a war when when the guy that replaced the guy they destroyed gets destroyed like 5 minutes later. There's no such thing. That's not a war. That's an annihilation. There is no more wars in the world, guys. The technology and globalization have pretty much really put that to bed. I'd say the only chance that there would be a quote-unquote war is if like 50 countries like Russia, China, basically all top 50 other than America, ganged up on America. Then it would be a war. But no, I don't think there's any kind of war going on here. There's a bunch of morons online that think they know what's going on. A lot of them are my friends. A lot of them are playing with their personal feelings on things, which is usually useless. Not my friends, just in general. And in the end, folks, you're basically the jackasses that are just on the string while they just do this to you.
So getting back to the game, Pinty says, good that I was angry. Marcus Smart was great. Marcus Smart, was it 3 block shots, 4 steals today?
It's 6 blocks shots in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And by the way, you got to give props to the refs. After that Zion Williamson Earl Campbell move that he made, and they didn't call a foul, I was like, oh, shit. All right. Let's see if they call it both ways. And they did. They did. It wasn't as aggressive as Zion's, but I was like, all right, cool. I want to see more aggressive basketball, not a call every 5 minutes. Because they were going nuts for a minute there on technical fouls. Like, what the hell was going on here? Was Steve Jabby there telling them what to do?
Well, everybody in the starting lineup had at least one block, and only Luka had only one block. Everybody else had multiple blocks, which is actually what you'd like to see. And like you said, uh, quite a few blocks in that last quarter really helped seal the deal, especially on that late 22-6 run. I think the Lakers had to seal the deal for the game.
The tests are coming now. They won the games they're supposed to win, and now they need to get to a part of the schedule where they're going to start playing people that they're going to be needing to jump to get up on in the standings. That's what's next. And it doesn't seem like, it's so weird how you're sitting there looking at 3 slots ahead and they're only 2 games behind. Yet they've been in 6th place for like what, a month?
Toggling between 5th and 6th.
Yeah, it's just the NBA is so parodied. It just, I don't know. And at this point, they don't really lose out too much. If they face Houston, even though they'd be the visiting team, 3 out of the 7. 4 out of the 7. I guess I'll take it, but Houston also has a history of beating the Lakers in the playoffs. It's essentially the Celtics back in the day. Phoenix has beaten the Lakers in their histories 5 times, and then Houston's next.
I just get out of OKC's bracket. That's what I would do.
Yeah, if they do, then. But I don't know. I don't know how that's going to end. Is OKC going to be able to hold off San Antonio? They're only 2 games behind them in the loss column.
They just took over overall best record in the NBA today. So
yeah, but there's still 2 games. San Antonio's still 2 games, and we cannot assume anything in the NBA anymore. These guys get hurt sneezing while they're sitting down.
That's what would be. I mean, that's what I've talked about with the Lakers, Joe. For everything would have to go right, but that would include a major injury to both OKC, Denver, and San Antonio. I think, especially OKC. If SGA gets hurt, that throws everything in the air.
And that's something you have to factor in now. That's the NBA. These guys are not, a lot of these guys are not making it through the season. They're not making it through the playoffs. And that's a fact. Yeah, we have to wait. We cannot predict like we used to. We just can't. It's not going to work. All it takes is one injury. If SGA gets hurt in the playoffs and cannot continue, everything changes. Even the East has a chance now, because you have to also understand Houston has young players, and then they have Durant. And Durant is a temperamental player and has yet to win when it matters by himself. By himself as in the sole star. And then San Antonio is young. These guys have experience in NBA playoffs is paramount 99% of the time. I think the only team I can remember that was young, really young, and got in and went to the finals was the 2012 Oklahoma City Thunder. But then even then, like, I mean, Durant had been there, 4 or 5 years? That was his 5th year. So is that too early? These guys are young. These guys are really young. So it's Oklahoma City's title to lose. The Boston Celtics are making a run here. They have the best coach, in my view, in the NBA at this point. They have the most cohesive offense, the most cohesive chemistry in team basketball at the moment. I don't think the Jason Tatum thing, even though I'm hearing a lot of positive things there, I don't think his stamina will be enough to be effective. And he's even commented that he doesn't want to possibly mess up what they're doing here. So I don't know how the hell that's going to come out. Detroit's kind of the same boat.
Unit, though. I mean, we've seen that where stars have come off the second unit.
I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out. I wouldn't risk it. We saw Klay Thompson risk it, and he ended up blowing an ACL. You got to be careful. I would sit him out the rest of the year. Because you don't want to risk it. Achilles in a year playing basketball. If he was playing football, if he was playing quarterback, it's a different story. Something like that where you're not having to stop real quick, go left, right, like a running back or a linebacker, and you're not an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman where you're going to have a lot of weight on it. It's just you got to be careful there. And I didn't come here to tell Jason Tatum when to come back or not. The point is we're trying to get an idea of where this is going, but what's happening now in the NBA is it doesn't matter anymore what you think is happening in March. Believe it or not, you think in March you'd know. No, we don't know jack squat. We know nothing because stars have been bowing out in the playoffs for a few years now, and you have to wait. You have to wait this out probably until the finals. Who's going to make it to the finals? I have no freaking idea. I have no idea because I don't know who's going to stay healthy.
Once again, it is the Lakers winning 110-101. What's going on, Steinbauer? Great to have you here. Hopefully you will stay and enjoy what you're doing here with the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate everyone. I've actually seen 2 or 3 people said I hadn't been on a while. Come back, seeing how everything's going. It's going really good right now with the Lakers winning their 3rd in a row. I do want to bring a question to you. What makes a good NBA coach? Art Carino is asking. Who is the MLB equivalent to the Boston Celtics head coach if you think he is the best coach in the NBA?
Joe Mazzulla equivalent in Major League Baseball right now?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say probably Dave Roberts. You can't deny. You cannot deny. Yeah, you can't deny that 2025 might have been his.
I'm just sorry, man.
Coming out party.
We've been doing this for years, and you know how hard you've been on Dave Roberts over the years. You've gone a complete 180, my friend.
Well, it's not me who went 180. It's Dave Roberts that went 180. Let's look at this scenario. It's almost the same thing when you talk about injuries and continuing the performances, right? So they still win the division last year with half the starters in baseball on their team out, pretty much. They ran their bullpen out so bad that the bullpen really couldn't recover towards the end, except for a couple guys, right? And then on top of that, the offense died in July and never came back. They were able to win a World Series with no offense and no freaking bullpen. That's the amazing part of that story. So if you look at how Boston's winning, they don't have their star on the team. And one player, one superstar, one future Hall of Famer in his prime is like the equivalent of like 3 or 4 guys in baseball or football because it's only 5 guys on a court. So you're looking at a team that's still winning, that's still relevant with one of their big cogs that's not there. And then you got to look at the specifics of what I'm talking about. Well, Mazzulla's got the offense humming. The message is clear and loud and understandable. And it doesn't matter who they're plugging in. They had a midget the other day shooting threes from the logo and making every shot. Like what Pritchard should not be able to do that against guys that are 6'8", 6'7", 6'6" on your team. You should be able to figure something out there, but apparently I guess the Lakers couldn't that day. And then you look at Dave Roberts towards the end, and this is what's probably going to set Joe apart from everybody at this point, and he already sort of has, but if he leads that team to a title without Jason Tatum, I don't think there isn't a discussion with anyone that he might be the best coach of the last 5 years. In general, like period. Like as soon as Udoka, the whole Udoka thing, was that like a blessing in disguise? They got a better coach because of that. That's just weird. That's weird how that played out. I had no idea that, or maybe it's the system. Maybe it's the Brad Stevens Boston. Well, it can't be Boston ownership. They just bought the new ownership. Just bought the Celtics. So I think Brad Stevens might be teaching something over there where we're not giving him enough credit, even though we are. But yeah, so Dave Roberts seemed to have made the right calls. See, it's only luck if you maybe get lucky on one, maybe two. But when you have like 7 calls that you make, at some point that's not luck. The feeling is there. The instincts are on point. And my good friend Empire Jeff mentioned something a while back, and you can't argue against it. Again, when you win, that's the ultimate validation, right? Maybe he needed to understand what he was doing. Maybe he didn't know what he was doing when he was doing it. But then at the same time, you got to also, now that you can reflect because you are winning, you're not fogged by negativity. This team very well could have had 2 World Series in his second and third year if he didn't have 2 pieces of shit franchises that were cheating. And they just put in one of those assholes in the Hall of Fame. And they won't let Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, A-Rod in the Hall of Fame, but they let that cheap piece of shit in there. Like, it's just it's an interesting life we live in sometimes, how we can pick and choose who does the same, I guess, breaking of the code. But hey, he can go in, but this one can't, even though they did the same thing. So yeah, so Joe Mazzulla, Dave Roberts at this point, because I don't really know anyone else to throw at you, because baseball and basketball, the need for great coaching has slowly went kind of south over the last decade.
Once again, it is, of course, the Lakers fast break. Lakers Lakers win 110 to 101. Lakers are now 37 to 24, 6th place still in the Western Conference. And Joe, we go on our next adventure to Denver, Mile High City, meeting with the I'm struggling, I guess is the best word you can say, Denver Nuggets right now, with the Denver Nuggets up in the standings. With the win, the Lakers would pass the Denver Nuggets in the standings, but the Denver Nuggets, without Aaron Gordon seems to be the glue for that team. And how Aaron Gordon is usually how that team is flowing. And right now, they're not flowing very well. Your thoughts as the Denver Nuggets are on the next on the queue for the Lakers. How important a game is this with around 20 some odd games to go?
I'm not really focused on Denver not playing well. I'm going to be focused on, will the Lakers take advantage of the Nuggets not playing well? The Lakers, for the longest time, haven't really taken advantage of an injured animal. Usually they end up, especially on the road, they usually end up enhancing that animal, and they end up getting whooped. They have a couple days here to figure out what they want to really do it by, through the end of the year here. That's kind of where we're at. That's where I'm at with it. I don't know. I can't predict. I'm probably sounding more negative than positive, and it's probably a good
because they played well in Denver before. Remember when they only had Austin Reeves due to injuries and whatnot, and they almost came away with a victory, and we were that's one of the few times where we ever treated it like it was like a really good thing that they were so close to winning. They don't play bad in Denver. They play very competitive in Denver. Even in the playoffs, they just don't pull out as many victories as you would like to see.
And that's the issue. The issue and the frustration of having a Luka Doncic on the team and not utilizing his clutchness has been probably the worst part of JJ Redick's coaching. His inability to create plays or to allow your clutchest player to have the ability to to hit clutch shots. That's what he does. I don't understand what's going on there. It's probably the one question I would ask.
Did you see
JJ.
the discussion those two had on the sidelines the other day as Luke was coming out of the game? It looked a little testy. JJ in a later press conference said, it wasn't much, but those two were getting into some heated words, what it seemed to be on the sideline. Are you making anything like that right now at this time?
Most people who are making an issue of it are usually people that have either not played sports or are just looking for bullshit. This is a competitive sport. It's the highest level of their particular sport. Sometimes coaches and players yell at each other. That's the first time I've seen an insubordinate, quote unquote, Luka Doncic in a year. So how about we give him a little bit of a break? Usually he takes the high road. And maybe he shouldn't. This is his team. This team will win championships because of Luka Doncic in the next 5 to 10 years. And he's not. He's his ego is in the right place. It's about performing and doing the things that he's supposed to do on a basketball court. The team, the franchise needs to cater to this player and hopefully bring him some guys that are going to be able to enhance his ability to help this team win. I'm doing well, son. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good to have you back, son.
But I want to give some props to my girl, Tony. She's I'm going to send a link out. She's a big baseball card guru. So I know our boy SB is into the card world. So I'll send out the link and you guys go ahead and check it out and see if there's anything there that you guys like. But as far as the future is concerned, I'm not concerned with anything until the day of, because if the Lakers lose on Thursday, this is going to be a somber show. It's going to be, we're going to be right back to, oh shoot, they're not going to do anything.
Well, again, I don't want to put too much in stock into it because, as you and I commented on after the previous game, where I said specifically to start off the show that it was a depleted Golden State team they beat by 20 plus. It was the worst team in the NBA that they beat it by 20 plus. It's nice. It creates a relaxing weekend. I'm not building a parade along Figueroa. And then some idiot drops a Christian something or other, drops why you guys are doing this, you guys are doing that, and you're saying, and he's bringing back Kobe from the dead. Kobe wouldn't act like this, and just like, really, is that where we're at, Joe? Because you commented on it as well. It just, again, why is there the need to always go back to Kobe on this, something like this? This was a nice, easy weekend. We're not making a big deal out of it. Had you watched the show, this guy, I could tell, didn't watch the show. He just read my headline, and that was it. He didn't actually watch what we had to say. We're not making a big deal when you beat 3 lesser teams like this, like they have beaten in the past few days. It's nice. It helps pad the record. But the real challenge is yet to come, Joe. But to drop Kobe's name like that, I just thought was just tasteless, to say the least.
The issue with patrons online is there's too many people, and I've said this on the show before, that have been given a forum to express themselves. And while we're in a country where you can give yourself, I believe in free speech. I believe you have the right to do that. The problem is most of the people that have opinions or comments are brainless.
I'm going to put in the chat for everyone what was said. So
it's a waste of time. It doesn't matter what the subject line is. It doesn't matter if it's the iconic franchise, LA Lakers. It doesn't matter if it's the back-to-back Dodgers World Series championship team. It doesn't matter if it's some rinky-dink Kansas City team in the NFL. One way or the other, if you're too successful, if you're too good, if you're too popular, if you have LeBron James on your team, if you have Patrick Mahomes on your team, if you have Kobe on your team, first of all you posers out there, I'm not calling the people posers that you talked about. I'm just saying in general. All those assholes who were kissing Kobe's ass after he retired, and especially after he passed away, all you motherfuckers were calling him selfish and saying bad things about Kobe, because I know, because I remember. You know why they were doing that, Gerald?
Why?
Because he cared that much. So it doesn't matter if you care. It doesn't matter if you don't care. You're still going to get criticized by the useless mob online. And before the useless mob online of social media, it was the Bill Plaschkes, it was the J.A. Adandes. The only thing is, those are limited guys, right? Only guys that they're only going to have a handful of people that are going to be writing in those newspapers to comment. But even those pieces of shit criticized Kobe in LA, his own newspaper. Why? Because he knew they were pieces of shit and he treated them like pieces of shit. And that's a fact. So please spare me your prisoners of the moment bullshit that Kobe wouldn't do this. Kobe wasn't a choir boy either, guys. Choir boy, he was not. Kobe had problems. Okay. Kobe and Shaq not getting along cost the Lakers probably 3 or 4 championships in their run. And Kobe has to be. Kobe has to take some of that blame. He wanted to win by himself. It wasn't about really winning. He wanted to win by himself too because he didn't like the chatter. He let the chatter bother him. Whatever. And then, what else? I don't really want to get into that part, I guess. I'm not going to trounce on some of the stuff that I heard from 20 years ago. I don't think it matters to today's situation, but I will say this, since it's now, this LeBron James thing has been an interesting 8 years, and I'm finding myself maybe getting a little sentimental already that he's going to be gone. Because you have to, if you respect the game. His game is one of the all-time great games, and he's still performing. And respecting the game, respecting LeBron James's basketball skills will give you a better insight on who you are in terms of knowing what basketball is.
It's so funny because Anthony is just, again, once you start saying anything, like that Kobe wasn't an angel or Colorado, you can't say these things because Kobe to a lot of people walks on water. It's simple as that. Kobe was one of the best players of all time. I loved Kobe. I loved what he did on the court, but you can't say one thing with some people when it comes to Kobe Bryant because you get the response like you just did in the chat.
And I'm not trying to. I didn't bring up Colorado because that's a separate situation. I'm talking basketball mainly because
he wanted to win, but sometimes things got
Kobe wanted to win. The respect with Kobe is he was available. He was the hardworking guy. He was always playing through everything. There's zero negativity in that part. But there's more to it when you're in a team sport. There's more to it in a team sport. And when I look back at that time, Kobe should have been smarter, but then how do you call a 21, 22-year-old who hasn't really experienced life yet? How do you expect them to think like I do? See, that's that part that's not fair because I don't think the way I did when I was 21 and 22. Not even close. Matter of fact, I would have whooped my ass if my 21, 22 self. I wouldn't have probably lasted because I was made of steel at that point, right? And I could heal in like 4 hours. But point is, maybe I could get you mentally, right? And maybe I get myself mentally. But then at the same time, it's like, man, but how come Magic knew? Magic knew how to work with Kareem. But then that's a different time. Kareem wasn't like Shaq, and Kareem respected the coach. He respected the game. He respected things that sometimes Shaq came off of very selfish and very immature, right? So it's a lot of stuff, right? It's a lot of stuff to go back and look at and try to compare to now. And we've fallen in the frustration of not winning enough with LeBron. But and I'm sure we'll talk about this in about 5 to 10 years. And of course, everybody's going to be kissing his ass when he retires. That's just, believe me when I say this, that's going to happen. So I'm trying to change what I'm thinking now. I want to appreciate LeBron James's game, and I want to appreciate him being a Laker. Yes, it sucks that his outside stuff took precedent over his game. It is what it is. But at the same time, his game, I'm happy that I'm happy he was a Laker. I'm happy he's been a Laker. I'm happy. I really am. I'm happy that he was here. I'm happy he won a championship here. And because I never in a billion years would have ever thought LeBron James would be a Laker. That's sometimes I'll remember that in my head, like, did this really happen? Like LeBron James just became a Laker.
Left, you might be getting your chance now because he's not going to be yelling at you, but he might be yelling at Anthony.
What did Anthony say?
Well, he had told you to stop it before because, again, you're when you tread on Kobe and you say anything like he was human being.
Well, he said sirs. Anthony, listen, man. I gotta clear this up for you. Okay, let me clear it up, and then I'll let Johnny talk. Mm-hmm. You have no idea how much we love Kobe. We love Kobe. Oh my God, we love Kobe. I love Kobe. I really do. Now, I haven't had a favorite player since Mike Piazza, and then before him was Magic Johnson. As I grew older, I became less attracted to the favorite part. It's just how my brain works. I stopped wearing jerseys because it didn't feel right. Like, I'm not going to wear another dude's name on the back of my, like, it just doesn't, that's me. I'm not blaming anybody else for doing it. So Kobe, and much like anybody else in my life, as I've matured in my life as much as I can, I'm not going to I'm not going to eat everything positive. I'm just not. It's not realistic. And I'm sure Kobe would understand that. I'm sure if I was fortunate enough that he was still here and I sat with him and we had a real conversation, I'd be like, look, Kobe, I still don't think you handled the Shaq thing well, even though Shaq was abhorrent sometimes. I think you should have outsmarted him. I think you were smarter than that. I think you should have played the mind game better with him, because that's who Kobe is, right? He's the mind game guy. He's the guy that could go into an area and that no one else can. You should have been able to do that. Man, just feed the big man, win 4 or 5 championships. You're going to get your shot. And the thing is, on top of that, he would have let you. He would have let you be the guy. And that's something you guys have to accept, because I was there for those times. I was watching every game. I was listening to all the BS from the LA Times writers and all that crap. I was trying to pay attention to the team winning 3 championships. You guys, you have any idea how hard it is to win a championship? These guys won 3 in a row, and they didn't even like each other. It's hard. We're spoiled. But at the same time, how do you justify the modern day Wilt and the current modern day Jordan on the same team and not annihilating everyone for a 5-6 year run? Just saying, it should have happened, and it didn't. And yes, they won 3, but I don't think we look at Tom Brady's career and say, God, he left some shit out there. No, he didn't. And that's why he won 7. And he won a 7th on another team. So it's like, dude, how do you at that point really argue it? Kobe and Shaq, Kobe especially, should have probably tempered a little, just scaled back a little bit. That's just the only thing I always saying back then. I'm like, Kobe, just scale back a little bit. But then the greatest things that some people have is also their greatest weakness. So it's like you can't really expect. Okay, he's a psychopath. Well, how are you going to reel in a psychopath? Okay, I'm going to do this out of nowhere. It's not very, very, very realistic. So, Anthony, I didn't mean to denigrate Kobe Bryant. I wasn't. But I was there for those games, and I was there and listening and watching. I think things could have gone better.
And see, Anthony, like there, says you can't be serious. You just whatever all that is you just said.
I think. Hold on.
It just deflects
really quick.
Yeah.
I have never seen Joe like give a sophisticated answer like that. Right? Usually, when someone says something in the comments, Joe is just like, oh, fuck off.
But you,
like that,
but
right?
you know,
Anthony, listen.
You cannot
let
say
me
anything
with
about
everyday
Kobe.
life. Anthony, I have family, right? I love my family. You think I don't criticize my family when they do something wrong?
If you didn't, you wouldn't love him.
So what why is Kobe not why is he immune to all that? And again, I'm not even saying much. It's just the stuff that I am paying attention to.
You just said
this is about basketball. This is not about
two alphas coming together, and like if they had actually coalesced with each other, Joe, you said 4 or 5, championships would have been on the table. But they're two alphas. They didn't get along, and you feel like you wanted something more at the end of the day. That's all you basically said. That's all you basically said. But if you say anything detrimental, I mean, I have Kobe Bryant jerseys right behind me. I have courtesy of Drip Show showing his love for Kobe. It doesn't matter. You could, if you say anything to certain people that just love Kobe, just regardless of everything that he did.
Jack squat means nothing.
And you know what's hilarious? What's hilarious is the fact that we've all been Kobe fans prior to what happened with Kobe, because let's be real, right? I mean, here we're in a Lakers chat room, but me personally, I grew up in the Bay Area. You should have seen the hate Kobe Bryant was getting, and I was having to ride for this guy when he had the toughest of toughest teams, when he was injury riddled and going through the end of his season, the end of his career. And oh my goodness, you should have heard how they disrespected Kobe's name. You should have, especially out here in the Bay Area. They were disrespecting his name like something crazy.
I think they left at least one on the table.
The whole incident happens with our God rest his soul, and now everybody just swears they've been a Kobe lover for so long. That's one thing that really pisses me off. It's like most of you guys were actually hating on Kobe Bryant when we were the ones showing love, and now what happened to him. I understand, it's human nature. People show love after, but damn, y'all, just keep it real, because I was showing love to Kobe through all that bullshit, and it continued to show it.
And the way he passed away, and the way he perished, only like, for instance, the way the way Tupac died, the way the way those mercurial figures died. It's like, and if you really just try to showcase that they're human in any way, shape, or form, you will get vilified for it. I remember Jamie on the show talked about Colorado, and I got a long ass email on just trying to roast, and all he did was just point out the Colorado, which is, again, you're either on one side of Colorado or you're on the other side of Colorado. It's just that simple. But Kobe, again, the player, there is very few ever in this game like Kobe Bryant, and that's just regardless. Just
the problem with Colorado. The problem with Colorado, and like most things in life, a lot of people take a political side, even with something that shouldn't be political.
Yeah,
it seeps into their thought process. That's why it's very dangerous. An idolic is when your ideology is your only basis of decision making, you're going to find yourself in big trouble.
But we don't know all the particulars on it because it was settled.
Right. Now, I've had discussions about that with people who believed it and some people who didn't believe it, and then also people that know what was going on in terms of information during that time. I don't have an opinion really on it that's solidified. I don't know. However,
we don't know all the facts. We don't
right.
know all the facts.
However, if and to me, I think if you make a decision that you feel like you know 100%, then you're not likely a good decision maker in my view, because you were not there. You do not know.
And his wife did forgive him. So
and that's always the funny thing is the Isaiah Larry Bird thing. I was watching this the other day, just randomly, how Rodman had said some stuff to Bird back in the day when Bird was whooping the Pistons' ass. Rodman said, "Oh well, if Larry Bird was black, he'd be just another player." And then Isaiah Thomas kind of backing his boy up, which makes sense. It's this guy in a joking way. You can hear him laughing in the background. And then he has to go through this, and then Isaiah has to go through this whole freaking circus of trying to figure out, how to make amends. And Bird gets on there with Isaiah going, look, if this doesn't bother me, why does it bother you? Like, people are bothered by stuff when the guy that was insulted doesn't get bothered. So why do you care? So it's not about him. You don't give a shit about Larry Bird. You care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings. How about that? So this whole thing with LeBron, and this is current times, right? I've been called a LeBron hater because I've not liked LeBron. I've been called a racist, by the way, because of that, which I can't figure out what the hell that means.
I think Anthony's trying to point that out again, by the way, in the chat.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. He's don't say my name, please. Okay, we won't call you by your name.
No problem, Anthony.
In the end, you have to understand this is real life, that nothing is linear. Okay? That's just stupid if you think that way. If you think because I'm close with somebody or I like somebody that I'm not going to criticize when they do screw up, then what kind of friendship is that?
All you were
what
saying
kind of community? What kind of community? What is that?
All you were saying was that there were with the Kobe Shaq mix. You thought they left titles on the table. That's all you were saying. That's all you were intimating. That you thought because of their dynamic, because it was alpha on alpha, they both thought that they were both very stubborn in their ways. It ultimately led to the early demise of the team that you thought that was still left on the table. You thought there were more titles left on the table. And I can't say I disagree with you. I think there was at least one more title left on the table, but that is just an opinion and you're entitled to it. But to go off on that, as far as what you're saying, Anthony, is just, come on, just let it go, man. Let it go.
Yeah.
Nobody walks on water in this world. Nobody is that, just my gosh.
You want everything squeezed out of that talent. And unfortunately for guys that are in that upper echelon of greatness, that it needs to be maybe what we grew up watching, at least for me. And that was the complete run.
Chris, that was funny.
Anthony, no.
Yeah, Chris, that's a good line. I'm racist towards stupid people. Although I don't know if the word racist makes sense in that sentence, but I think I know what you mean by it.
But that would be out of the movie Idiocracy, Joe. That would be.
Again, I've look. It's funny how society can, because racism in a lot of ways, these race hustlers like Sharpton, Al Sharpton, let's say, let's use him as an example. These guys make money hustling, right?
The Reverend?
Yeah, Reverend, my ass.
Is he racist for real? What's going on?
Well, he's a race hustler. That's how he makes his money. So what he does is he goes into neighborhoods that accuse people of stuff, and they create this, fear, right?
You go down this road, Joe.
No. But I'll end it at this. It doesn't matter. Well, for someone like me, I don't have to worry about that stuff because I'm not technically in the corporate world. I don't have a corporate business in the sense of where I have an HR and all that stuff, where I have to make sure I cater to everybody's feelings and worry about people suing me because I don't like the way they look or whatever. That's why I work alone. Anyways, the key here is we need to understand, and being that we're about probably a month away or so from probably LeBron's swan song as an LA Laker, I want to make sure that I start this now so that you guys don't think I'm fronting down the road when he's gone. I'm sort of sad that it's coming to an end.
Who, the LeBron era?
That LeBron is leaving, yes, because of his game.
I mean, I think he's a really good player.
Because it's LeBron James, because it's the respect for his game, it's the respect that he continues to have in terms of his game. And I had wished that he had been able to do more.
Yes. I think that, yes, because of how great LeBron is and all that he brings. But at the same time, though, this is a 41-year-old LeBron James on taking up 50 mil. So
yeah. No. The logical stuff is there. No, if you came to me after the end of the season, you're like, hey, so you're telling me you want to re-sign LeBron James? No. That's not what I meant.
So it's like, the talent wise, I get you. He's one of the greatest players of all time, and at times he can turn back the clock and shows that. But as far as like contract wise, and as far as like,
right now at 41 years of age, yeah.
What do you say, Joe?
41 years of age,
41. I mean, 41 is as great as he is. I think he's a ticking time bomb. Every time LeBron jumps, I'm like, you just like never know how he's going to come down, to be honest with you.
Or what you're getting out for 52.6. You're not getting 52.6.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't worry about LeBron when it comes to that stuff.
I do, just because of his age.
Honestly, I don't. Not LeBron. I think LeBron has a pretty good base on his health.
He does, but I just know
I worry about Rui when he runs like that.
But I just know that I'm not as worried as Anthony Davis was. Every time Anthony Davis jumped up,
that's the other guy too. Yeah, Anthony Davis.
I was actually terrified when every time he
fell down all.
But what I will say is that LeBron James, like, because he's 41 years old, yes, he has a great base. Yes, he's always been very good at staying away from injuries. One rolled ankle is just totally different and will keep him out for so much longer than a 26-year-old, 27-year-old, 28-year-old. And it's just like how you said earlier, Joe. You just like, when you were 21, you'd heal in 4 hours. This guy's like 21 times 2. Like, this guy, you know what I'm saying? So the 4 hours is now, maybe that turned into a whole week, a whole 2 weeks, right? That's my only thing.
It's the first thing that you notice.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, goddamn. Well, you said, where are you asking? What's the first thing I know?
Well, it's the first thing you notice when you get older, is that things don't heal quick.
Yeah, for sure.
That's ultimately what sets the athletes. When you listen to them talk about their careers, they don't recover as quick, which is when baseball was in its steroid era. That's why Barry Bonds went from 1999. 1999 at that point was his 14th season, and then he became Superman between 2000 and 2005. That doesn't happen, like, unless you have something that can recover you quicker. So if I use, let's say, HGH or use some test, I probably get that power back. The only problem is then I have to worry about the stuff that I want to really work still, and the stuff still works. So you got to give him. You got to pick and choose what you want.
Talking about there, John.
I have close family members and friends that are on stuff, and
oh man,
and I get the 411. I'm like, listen, don't lie to me. What's going on? Oh yeah, that happens. So you got to do this. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't doing that shit.
Well, go ahead.
So again, it's we're kind of jumping all over the place here, but there's been some excitement on the chat room, so I wanted to cater to everybody. Anthony seems to be, yes, Anthony. I'm going to call you Anthony because your name is Anthony. You don't like me talking ill will of Kobe. I could see the frustration
You
there.
weren't talking ill will of Kobe. You
Well,
just
he thinks so. He thinks so.
Were so great. They were so competitive. They were two alphas. You just wanted more. You just think that they left some on the table. That's all you said. But El Rosto, let me get this in. Kobe's great, always was, and guess what? So is LeBron, and they both should have respect. They are teammates across generations, not adversaries. I'm just going to say this again. When you approach anything onto Kobe Bryant that's not gleaming, it's a flashpoint for certain people. Doesn't matter if I've gotten emails from people in India in regards to this, when you even go to any lengths as far as it's concerned, saying anything about Colorado or the fact you think they left titles on the table. Anything. Again, you can't seem to say anything about Kobe unless it's all adulation.
I can.
Well, but
I can't because I watched every game or listened to every game. I was invested. That's
why I agree with you that they left.
Yeah, this is not about. I'm not expecting. You can't expect everything to go well.
But that's just a compliment to them because you thought they were so good.
But the facts are there that you cannot have a prime Shaq and a prime Kobe and then tell me, oh, well, Karl Malone was hurt in 04 and so. I remember I was catching myself saying the same thing, and then I realized, wait a minute. Let's go back and let's say we don't know the results of that series. You have a prime Shaq and a prime Kobe. I think you should be able to figure it out.
Okay. And Anthony, again, Larry Bird, he's not perfect either. So I don't know what Larry Bird has to do with this conversation, but yeah, he certainly isn't peachy clean either. But we were not talking about anything bad.
I think Anthony's smoking or something. I don't think he's paying attention to what we're saying.
Don't put that kind of rap on weed. We don't do that to you.
I didn't say you can smoke more things than weed.
Okay,
we're just saying that he is so good with Shaq. It was so good together that they should have
smoke poles,
and they did. That's all. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. It just, I don't know where you're coming up with all this other stuff, Anthony. Again, we're gonna say your name because it's in the chat, and that's how we're gonna refer to you. Is Anthony?
I think he's fucking. I think he's fucking with us.
Well,
I hope so. How you doing, brother?
But anyways, again, we're not again, we just think that there should have been more because they were just so good. They were both elite athletes in their prime of their careers, and it just left you wanting more. That's all. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Strong words for LeBron. Well, LeBron's the most divisive.
Easy there, Walter White, aka Heisenberg. What's with this saying?
Hey, Walter White. I know that's from that one movie, or that one TV show, right? With like the dude like. He's got like the freaking.
No, it's a cartoon.
No, it is. No, don't play with me. What is it? Where he's like cooking that meth in that like RV van or whatever, right? Isn't it?
Walter? Yeah.
But now he's going on LeBron because you're now on LeBron, and if you've watched the show over the years, LeBron has been a very divisive figure on this show and in our chat. Right, John? By the way, John Costa from Lakers Corner, 3-minute report is now available at Lakers Corner. Yes. Lakers did win, by the way, 110-101. It was kind of like a, oh, by the way, win, which is probably why we've gone off into a different tangent with LeBron and Kobe here. But John, your thoughts on the game when it comes right down to it? A 22-6 run helps solidify the win. Not exactly the most comfortable win back and forth, but New Orleans, a talented team that just hasn't seemed to put it all together this season. But I think you saw in a nutshell more what was going on with New Orleans than you did with the Lakers tonight, as far as, a team that looks pretty good for a little while and then just doesn't get the job done in the end.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Gerald. I think that tonight showed a little bit more of just the Pelicans than it even did the Lakers. But on the Lakers side of things, because I'm the Lakers Corner, we're here, the Lakers Fast Break, and we're all Lakers fans. One thing I do feel like is that the Lakers just and this is something that the Lakers have done a lot of times throughout the last couple of years. We play down to our competition level. Sometimes we play up to our competition level as well, but a lot of the times we tend to just play down.
Well, that's the reflective and the differential, the point differential of the overall record for the Lakers.
Right. So, and being that we're playing I think that their starting lineup, especially today, is a lot better than a 19-win bottom of the league Pelican team. So to that, I'll give them credit to. But still, again, 19 wins, bottom of the league. DeJounte Murray just came back. This is literally Zion's first game back. I do
he was only out of game because he was so proud of his 35 in a row. If you remember his conversation, he played 35 games in a row. Zion did. Then he missed a game, and yesterday he was on with Malika Andrews and was so he was touting the fact, because remember it's also tied to his contract too, as far as the more games he plays, the more incentives he gets. But he was proud of the fact that he had played 35 games in a row. I'm just thinking somewhere the great Randy Smith, who played more games in a row than anybody for like 10 seasons straight. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, exactly.
No, for sure. But anyway, so what I was saying,
it kind of took me back because of the fact that, okay, you're so happy about playing 35 games in a row. More power to you.
It's a problem, brother. It's a problem, brother. It's not even not even half the season. But what I will say is that we played down to our competition level. It was clear because in that fourth quarter, when we just ran off, what was that, 22-4 run?
It was a 22-6, I think. But 22-6.
Yes. Yeah, 22-6. So when we ran off that 22-6 run, Gerald, we were doing whatever we wanted in that run. And if you go back and watch the tape, whatever we wanted on both ends, we were ripping Zion every time he got to his left hand. We would force him to his left because we know that's where he's going every single time. He's going that spin, and then he's going trying to finish with his left. I think ripped him. I would say, I know Marcus Smart got one, I know Jake LaRavia got one, and I know LeBron got one. And this is just me off the top of my head. I'm sure we could go back and find even more. And then on the offensive end, we were getting everything that we wanted. And even in that first half, to be honest with you, we still were, but we just couldn't hit. JJ said it in the halftime interview. We just could not hit. We were getting good looks, we were getting those corner shots, but we just couldn't hit. And guess what, man? This is a make or miss league, and we were missing. But come that second, come that fourth quarter run that we went on, shit, that's all we needed to put him to bed. And then again, something we've all said around here, another game where Jackson Hayes is outplaying Ayton in those and late game minutes. And it came out that if you go back, if you see in that fourth quarter, we were down by 8 points because the Pelicans went on that 7-0 run. And then JJ had called the timeout, subbed Hayes for Ayton. And then that's when AR and Luka start to go off. AR and Luka probably would go off regardless, but it's the little things that Jackson Hayes does. I know he had one block on Zion which was huge, but when he wasn't in and Ayton was in there, Zion was just getting to the hoop at will when he went on that 7-0 run himself as well. The role Hayes, honestly, I know it's more of a regular season type thing. His rolls to the hoop opens up the floor. It opens up the floor for,
and it is more of a regular season thing because you saw against Minnesota, they jammed the paint and they prevented those lobs.
Absolutely,
really happy, which that was the reason why that JJ put him on the bench and didn't play him even when I think they should have, when in the famous second half when they played only 5 guys. But yeah, it's for like in the regular season, you definitely want to utilize it. And in fact, we saw even Ayton getting on some lobs as well.
Yeah. So I say what I have to say, Gerald, nothing we haven't seen before. DeAndre Ayton, our, I guess, quote unquote starting center, getting outplayed by our backup big that we all know isn't going to be able to be there come playoffs. But again, he definitely did provide great defense in that 22-6 run, provided great rolling to the rim. And again, I'll say it like I just said, man, when he rolls to the rim like that, it opens up the floor. And even better yet, when the floor is opened up and Luka Doncic has got the ball in his hands. You never know what kind of magic he's going to do. Although when the game did start, he was struggling and he was forcing him up too. I was like, Luka, swing that. but he wasn't.
Yeah, we were saying that on Discord.
I was like, swing that bitch, Luka. Like, come on.
Share the ball a little bit more. But also
at the
Austin
same time,
Reeves was
Luka,
struggling as well.
Sometimes it's hard though, right? Because as a basketball player, I know that, look, if I'm the best player on the team and all I got to do is see the ball go through the hoop one time. Like, I know I missed the last five, but just give me a second. I heard Gilbert Arenas one time say, and you know he's an elite scorer, right? I heard Gilbert Arenas one time say, the great scorers, they could miss the last 7 shots. They're like, shit, I missed the last 7. The next one gotta go in. Like, this is only the odds. Like, the next one gotta go in. And he's like,
Reeves say that tonight because he missed his first 7 shots as well.
Yeah, and ended up finishing with 27. So come on, looks like Gilbert Arenas' theory was right.
Yes, Craig, you're right. AC Green does have the as far as his streak of consecutive games. I was just using Randy Smith as a, because remember he was the original guy that was really lauded for his consecutive game streak. But yes, you're right. AC Green, with his 900 plus games, as far as his streak is absolutely committed. But again, watch out. Zion is coming around the corner. He's got one now. He's got one. So all right for Zion. But yes, the Lakers do win 110-101. Joe,
it's a crazy stat.
It's getting
AC Green in, what was it, 1997?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7. When he went to Dallas from Phoenix, he played 83 games that year between the two teams, and then the year before that, he had played 82 games. He only missed 3 games his entire career.
AC Green
missed 3 games his entire career. He played from 1985, 86 to 2001. He missed 3 games. It was his second year in the league. He missed 3 games. And then every single year after that, he played the entire amount of games played plus a couple more, because the 99 strike season was only 50, so he played only 50 in that one. But every year except for one, he played 82 games or more, minus, of course, the strike season, which he played the full amount that you could play that year. The man never missed. The man missed 3 freaking games
his entire career.
And this man played on Showtime, by the way, in the 80s. So he can't sit there like, oh, well, he was a guy who just stood in the block. Like, these guys were running and gunning.
Yep.
Pretty nuts.
How he was at the end of how many fast breaks from Magic Johnson? Quite a few.
And the fact that he bridged the 2 dynasties is AC Green is the guy. He's that guy. Like, you would talk about good dude, strong-willed, available, good teammate.
Yes.
It's such a I don't think when they talk about, because these days the verbiage is, oh, he's underrated. They'll call Babe Ruth underrated, or Michael Jordan. Like, what do you mean underrated? Like, do you have even no idea what the hell that even means anymore? If everything is underrated, that means nothing's underrated. So anyways, he's underrated. All you got to do is talk to Magic, and then 12 years later, go talk to Kobe or go talk to Shaq at that time and see how Phil Jackson, obviously. It was really nice to see. I remember vividly the 99-2000 title team. He started every game as the power forward, and we knew he wasn't a dominant player, but man, him and Ron Harper just made that team so veteran heavy and veteran smart. What happened now?
JY. AC had more stamina than everyone, and we know why.
Oh, yeah, because of the Green Bear.
Do you know why, John?
Hey, Anthony, are you trying to start a fight?
What is the Green Bear?
I'm just ignoring Anthony, his comments. Just going off the chain. I mean, talking about grand.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so he's talking about something else. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just like,
Green
okay,
Bear.
You're on your own, Anthony. There you go. All right. You deal with the chat. But John, do you Do you understand why with AC Green?
Shit, I just looked up Green Bear, AC Green, and I looked. This guy has a green bear on top of
He
his
was
head.
celibate.
He wasn't fucking hoes. He wasn't fucking no hoes. And he was in the league.
Look it up. Look it
They
up.
were
Yes.
sending the guys in the 80s were sending him. They were sending chicks to his room
They
too.
were.
They were
They
messing
were.
with him.
Oh,
I don't know if Rick Fox and that group was doing that, but I know the 80s guys were doing it.
Yeah.
dude, no wonder this guy didn't miss a game.
He's
He's the John Candy of the he's the John Candy of the NBA. That's the comparison I have.
He didn't have his first experience to his late 30s?
When he got married, yes. It was a late, it might have been mid-30s.
In all respect, real quick though, that's a beautiful for him and his wife.
I
just hope his wife also.
I respect his choice, but just the fact that you didn't know about it.
I did not know about him doing that.
Hey, Gerald, I have a question for you. Are the Lakers 80s team the closest team ever in sports? Or am I just seeing it through the Laker sunglasses?
I think you are seeing it through the Lakers.
So who's the equivalent? Like, does Robert Parrish and McHale and Birds hang out? I've never seen them hang out, really.
No, I didn't see them, but they did a lot of stuff together. They did a lot of promotional. In fact, I saw the other day the NBA put on this it's NBC. They put on a promo video with Red Auerbach with all the.
So those guys hang out like Byron and Magic, and
I think they did to an extent. They never speak ill of each other during that period of time. When you go back and listen to interviews from them, I know that they were pretty tight with the Lakers, except for Kareem. Kareem was always Kareem during that period of time, as you know, because he was Kareem, and Kareem kind of regrets it now that in his older age. He regrets some of the ways that he acted during that period of time in his younger years. But yeah, they were a pretty tight knit group. But we've seen other sports teams pretty tight and close tight. I mean, that just by necessity, the team in 2020 was pretty tight for the most part. So the fact that they were together for so long in the bubble, whatnot, that created that kind of close-knit, tight-knit group there. But they were pretty close, Joe. I agree with you on that. But the with AC Green on just John's face,
I just didn't know he won.
He was a fucking hose.
He wasn't fucking hose. I thought he was. But I mean, the NBA players, they be getting it in too. So you know,
Anthony,
back in the day, I'm sure.
Anthony's talking back to some of our people now.
Bro, yeah, that's up to you guys. You guys have fun.
Anthony, and your chat, if you want me gone. Anthony, we have dealt with trolls a million times worse than you, brother.
Anthony, listen. Look, don't be a tough guy, dude. Come on, it's a chat room. Be a tough guy when it matters.
And I don't think anything you said was egregious or offensive, Joe. It was about that you thought the Kobe and Shaq, whatever.
Yeah, but it's still fun. It's still fun when I'm not trying to be, but people perceive it there because now it gives me fuel to do what I do. And then left on base gets happy.
No, he's not totally happy.
Left on base doesn't feel left out.
Oh, but he said he's going to see you in Glendale.
Who?
Left on base. He wants to.
No, you will not see me in Glendale.
Oh, okay. That's what he said.
You don't find me unless I let you find me.
Okay.
He let me find him. Hey, my dog.
Oh, Anthony says he's a tough guy. So.
Oh yeah, Mr. Tough Guy. I'd take.
Again, that's between you guys. I'm just here to go ahead and.
I'll be in saddle or camelback. Sorry, I always say saddleback.
Yeah, you almost got me saying it.
I'm going to be in camelback with my boy Drip Show. Chris, the illustrator. I'm gonna go see him this weekend and see the fam. I got some fam out there that aren't too far.
But Joe, you
want to come see me? Come see me in Arizona this weekend. I'll be hanging around the Camelback Stadium area for some spring training ball.
But you got to admit, Joe, you're not a person that can really go incognito. You kind of stand out.
Maybe. Well, in most cases, yes. But the thing is, I've noticed most people try to avoid me. It's just kind of you can see it, you can feel it.
Because you saw John last week how big Joe is,
It's
Yeah,
not.
I told Joe that too. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Damn, I
not.
didn't
It's
think he
not.
was this tall." I ain't gonna lie.
It's not. It's
He
not
is
a.
pretty good in hoops.
It's been like that for a very long time in settings where my friends have their friends in let's say a room and we're watching Laker games. The best stories I have are Laker games where my buddy Edie, who's a huge Laker fan like me, he's my brother. You know, he's like my brother. I introduce everybody. I introduce him as my brother. I don't even introduce him as my friend. And there have been times where he'll have his friends from work, and then we're there, and you could see, like, I distinctively remember this like it was yesterday. Lakers were playing Utah. I think it was the first round, and I just saw Darren Williams make this one play, and I got pissed, and I slapped the leather couch, and it was loud, but it didn't register. It was just a normal act. It jacked up everybody in the room until they left. I'm like, hey, look, because I'm a firecracker. I just reacted to the play, and then I was fine like 5 seconds later. People are not used to that kind of intensity, I guess. I don't know, but
real
Go
quick,
ahead, John.
I wanted to say who said it. Somebody said it.
I have a cool story of Dodger Stadium, and it was last year. Sorry, Johnny, I'll answer this, and then you can talk, and I'll shut up.
Say some bullshit.
I saw the Yankees at Dodger Stadium, and I saw Aaron Judge and Ohtani go tit for tat on home runs. That was probably the best regular season game I've seen. I've seen in live. It's number one.
Fuck yeah.
That doesn't happen in baseball, by the way, folks. You don't see the two best players on the planet battling each other like that. That was what was so special about the 2024 World Series too, is you saw the two best teams, the two most iconic franchises. I know St. Louis has a place there somewhere, but I think globally, I think the Dodgers are just behind the Yankees, and that's it. Even though the Cardinals have a couple more championships than the Dodgers, but that was the best. That was the best game I've been to, and we saw a show. Pardon the pun. We saw a show. We saw Aaron Judge hit a home run, Ohtani hit a home run, and then Ohtani hit another home run. And I know he probably doesn't think this way. It's probably us manifesting it in our heads, but it was like, homie, this is my game. You came into my house, you hit a home run, props, but I'm gonna drop 2 on you because this is my league still. And I'm not talking about the National League either. I'm talking about the MLB. So yeah. And then again, yeah, tough guys. If you guys want to come see me, I'm usually wearing black. You can obviously see that on the show. I'll be at Camelback this weekend, either Friday or Saturday. And I usually stand behind the home plate. And the last time I was there last year, Chris and I drank lots of beer, had a lot of laughs,
more beer,
and we enjoyed some nice spring baseball, and that was a good time as well.
Okay, sports baby. If he did serve as an Army vet, then thank you.
Yes, thank
for
you
your service to the country.
Thank you for your service.
If he's lying about that, then he's lying. But I'm just going to take him for his word on that.
Who was it? What happened?
Because Anthony mentioned that he is a Army vet honorably discharged, and I said thank you for your service. And Sports Baby is getting on my case because I said thank you for
Sports Baby is a lion that you cannot tame, so you guys are just gonna have to accept it.
Okay, yeah. Look, I have to say this, guys.
Yeah, you can't stop Vari. He's a machine. He's the Terminator. You can't stop him.
I didn't know AC Green was.
I'm not gonna stop him.
I didn't know AC Green was celibate because of Jesus. If AC Green is celibate because of Jesus, I got to give it up to him, man. Shout out him.
He was very religious. Yes, he was very devout.
I didn't know that. I thought he just
just to see your face though earlier was priceless.
No, I thought he wasn't trying to catch none. But if he's doing it for the Lord, I love that. I can respect that a lot.
Yeah, he had his reasons. Yeah, more power to him for that. I respect his wishes. It was a mythical, a stuff of legend during that time. I'll just leave it at that. It's just because Magic was his active as he was.
I guarantee he wasn't celibate nothing.
Yeah, we
He was-
kind of know that as well. But Joe, if you do see left says the first round is on him. Just yell.
Where in Glendale?
Yes.
What am I going to do in Glendale?
Or if
Hang
you
out with
go,
Armenians?
Armenians are kind of dope. I know this Armenian dude that works at Zoom. He's loaded. His family has so much money.
again, I don't want to get into that chat again. Just if Anthony, thank you for your service to our country. Honestly, and
Thank you for your service.
there you go. Absolutely, but it
Son,
is a good.
you ain't gonna get these back.
Bill Burr has a really good set on military congratulations. He's like, look, I'm trying to props to the guys that are actually going in and doing things. I'm not talking about the guy that waves in the
Hey, the guy waving the flag is still a real one.
I thought that was so good, man, when he said, he's like, I'm giving thanks to the guys that are actually going and putting themselves in harm's way. I'm not trying to give thanks to the guy that's holding the flag on a boat. I just thought that his set was good. This is like 10 years ago when he said it.
Hey, Sports Baby's asking how good that Italian food was. Those little mozzarella.
Are you talking about Italian or Italian?
Okay, well, I understand what you were
The
saying.
one where John and Joe met.
Yo, those little sticks was so fire though. And
Yeah, they were good.
mozzarella sticks or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, those were good. I had never eaten anything like that before. They were ravioli mozzarella sticks.
Yep, that's what it was. It was fire.
I was like, damn, we could have just ate these and not had an entree, right?
Real shit.
That happens sometimes,
Burrito.
man. Sometimes the freaking bread is enough.
Sometimes I can, and sometimes John will just surprise me with his face and just surprise. I got to remember it's a generational thing, because Joe and I know, because we're at a certain age and I lived through it, and Joe remembers quite a bit of it and has researched quite a bit of it, and that was common knowledge for the 80s and 90s. Kind of got lost in the shuffle, and then hearing and Joe seeing John's face for the first time react to it, because he wasn't aware of it. It's just that was
Like, yeah.
surprising.
Yeah, I mean shit. Hey, but again, respect. Respect.
Why he ate boop no hose? It's like, oh my god.
I mean, hey, for the Lord, I respect it. I respect
Oh
it.
my
Ain't gonna lie.
gosh, it's crazy. You're crazy. But it is, of course, the Lakers winning 110-101. Lakers are now still sixth place in the Western Conference. But again, John, Denver, as I talked to Joe earlier before we went off on the sidetrack, as we seem to do on the show quite a bit, Denver is on the horizon on Thursday at Denver. They haven't played bad against Denver, both in and out of the playoffs. They just don't seem to get a whole ton of victories. Your thoughts, my friend? Denver is not playing great basketball right now. I mean, that loss against Minnesota really stings for them. But Aaron Gordon isn't back either. And I don't think this is the team that you're going to see heading into the playoffs, because once Gordon gets back, they're usually and statistically a better team than that. Your thoughts on Denver on Thursday for the Lakers?
Gerald, without Aaron Gordon, that team is substantially a worse team. I'll tell you that much.
You don't even know what the Mississippi flag is, man.
What happened?
Sports
Anthony's
baby.
Okay, I'm gonna just answer Gerald's question. Gerald,
Hey, by the way, if the Mississippi still have the
Gerald,
Confederate flag on its flag,
the Denver Nuggets, they are the worst team without Aaron Gordon running in that dunker spot. They absolutely need somebody of Aaron Gordon's caliber running in that dunker spot. Him
But
not
he's
being
versatile, especially on the defensive end,
Right.
and he's been hitting his threes the past this season, the past season.
there, right? So him not being there, Gerald, makes me feel a lot better. But the biggest problem is we don't know what game we're gonna get from Ayton, and we know Hayes can't hold Jokic. I mean, nobody can really hold Jokic, so it's just gonna come down to how disciplined are we with those back cuts. I feel like every time we play Denver Nuggets, we're just getting I mean, sorry for my language, but like molested on those backdoor cuts. Like it's something crazy every single time. It's a backdoor cut. So and that usually happens because we send the double to Jokic, because we send a triple team to Jokic. So shit. I'm expecting more of that, being that Hayes can't hold him, being that Aiden can't hold him. But if we get a big game from Aiden, makes me feel a little bit better. The fact that they don't have and the fact they don't have Aaron Gordon, but realistically, Gerald, probably, actually, I'm always going to lean towards my team winning. Why would I lean towards my team not winning? I'm going to go to my team winning, even if it's
there. You go. One thing I do want to ask you, though, before you get back to Joe, because I already think I know Joe's answer, because Joe and I are not on Vando Hill, is I love the fact that Spectrum actually showcased a little moment of Vando on the bench there. Oh, that's great. Why'd you do that for Maxey? He's the one who played a good stretch in the last game, didn't get no love this game. Or the rookies or the young players. No, but you focused in on Vando. Your thoughts, my friend, on Vando getting DNP'd for the second straight game? Because just like earlier this season, looks like he's in the doghouse once again.
Gerald, I'm trying to play the best players. I'm trying to play the best players that fit our system, to win. I think we were playing him out of necessity. I said it last stream. I would way rather have a knockdown shooter, even though it's on low volume, a knockdown shooter in Luke Kennard catching and shooting that in the corner from a Luka, because Luka drives to the hoop. He beat his primary defender, kicks it to the corner. I'd way rather have him instead of a Vando out there. So yeah, I'm glad Vando's getting DMPs, to be honest with you. And when we need him, we'll bring him out. But I don't think we haven't needed him, to be honest with you. I think we will continue won't.
Joe, you feel the same way? 2 DMPs in a row for Mr. Vanderbilt. Again, El Rosto, there's actually a contingent, El Rosto and Parjeff, others that are really still high on Vando, what they think he can do. Again, as a team defensive player, as a guy who can create havoc at times, energy, can rebound, but it's just those times when his offense starts to go away and the mistakes start to happen that get magnified with him, and this offense starts to go away. You could see it. And the last 5 games he played, his prominence and his role got less and less. And with Kennard being here and Hashimura coming back from his illness, I just don't know where he is going to be able to fit in unless they really need a boost like they did last time around. They tried to go ahead and resurrect it, and which worked for a little while, with Vando playing some really good ball, but it looks like they might have to go to that again for him to play well.
Yeah, the issue right now is really with Kennard being who he is, it's made it easier for JJ to not worry about the forward position. JJ's biggest concern right now is what are they going to do with DeAndre Ayton? That's the tragedy in that. If he doesn't wake up, this team is going to probably get beat in the first round. They need him to be something, and he's just not. He wasn't there in the end, by the way. Jackson Hayes was towards the end of the game today. That's
Joe,
not a good sign.
That's how I know you don't listen to me. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, it's sad that I have to mention it first in front of everybody.
No, Joe,
because John never said anything about it. And yeah, it's sad when I have to be the first one to say things that no one else said. I was just reiterating what happened.
Aww.
I didn't say I didn't listen to you.
Well, the Lakers, as is noted on Twitter, are heading into a stretch with 6 of their next 8 games.
They're going to have to win a lot of these games because the road trip right after that is probably going to be the make or break in terms of seeding for sure.
6 of their next 8 guys are against teams with a better record than the Lakers, and we know how well they've done against teams with a better record than they have. Pretty bad. John, any thoughts on that, my friend?
Very bad. We do not play well against teams that are
4 wins, I think, all season against teams.
Yeah, we play very bad against teams that are elite, Gerald. Which is why I'm so happy we ended up getting this win against the Pelicans, because I don't know if y'all remember, but on the last post game, I said these last 3 wins, like the Pelicans, Kings, and Warriors, these are all just bolster wins. Like this is just to bolster the win column. but because we're a far better team than all these teams, and we still almost fucking around and lost to the Pelicans. Can you believe that?
Legend, a big shout out to you, my friend. I know you're in the chat. I hope she feels better,
good,
my
Legend.
friend. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, anytime you're always welcome, my friend. But just my best thoughts to you and your family, and to your girl out there as well. Hopefully, she gets better soon. J1 says, can Ayton opt in and be here next year, or is he free agent? Well, if he opts in, JY, it's $8 million. It's easily tradable. If you don't like what you have, you can trade him out in the summer. I'm not worried about that, because if he can become a free agent if he thinks he's going to get more money. Joe has said he thinks he's going to get like a 2-year, which is not unrealistic, 20 or $25 million deal. But if he doesn't think he's going to get that, JY, he can opt in, but that doesn't mean necessarily he's going to be here at the end at the beginning of training camp. He can be traded at any point in time as soon as he opts in, and he'll opt in just before free agency and a crucial time for the Lakers to make some real hardcore personnel decisions, Joe.
It doesn't look good. And he needs to switch back to what he was doing at the beginning of the year. Otherwise, this team is going to it's going to be that much harder for them to do what they need to do to make a run. And there's going to be a team out there that's going to give him a $10 million a year contract for a couple of years. So I'm not worried about him opting back in. I'm expecting the worst with him because he's not someone I trust at this point. He is, in a lot of ways, worse than Vando. At least Vando isn't a mental midget in terms of like team chemistry type stuff. He just is not good enough to play on a regular basis. He makes too many fundamental mistakes. Can't really shoot, can't really get to the basket, can't catch, can't screen correctly, can't do anything really. That he can't really guard anybody, which is really what he was supposed to be doing. If he could at least play defense, then you could probably work around it a little bit, but he just isn't a smart basketball player, and this team cannot afford to not have somebody smart because this team already has a tendency to be lazy mentally. When you're watching the game at the beginning of the game, watching tonight's game at the beginning of the game, it's like, dude, what's wrong with these guys? Why do they always play like this? Once in a while, okay, I get it. It's a game 54 in January. I get it. Fine. You're just not feeling it that day. You're on a fourth game in 5 nights. Okay, I get it. You're kind of beat up, but it's always like that. It seems they just think they can just kind of show up sometimes, and you're not a champion to be thinking that way. You got to be thinking every game matters, and you got to be thinking we got to get ourselves mentally ready now. You have 21 games left. 3/4 of the season's done. It's time to get your shit together now. Get your shit together, and then and DeAndre Ayton, I'm talking to you. Start making them damn 4-foot shots that you used to make back in the day. Why is he missing these shots now? That doesn't make any sense. That was the one thing I was thinking for sure he'd never have a problem with. Having an attitude, maybe not playing defense the way you want, fine. But at least can you make the shot that you're supposed to be making, the shots that I saw you make over and over and over again when the Lakers played you in 2021 in the playoffs? Dude, he didn't miss that shot for 5 fucking games. Anyways, that's my thing with that.
Fuck DeAndre Ayton.
Not yet. Not yet. Let's see what happens.
Well, today was 13-8. That's basically his stat line for his entire career, including this one. 13-8, 6 of 8 shooting. Okay, it's all right. But let's see how he does against a real center, John, because that seems to be the issue. When it's against real centers, real height, real talent along the front line for the other team, that seems to be an issue with DeAndre Ayton. And he goes cold, he goes silent, and he goes invisible. And that's when we need him the most, John.
Yeah, he's soft. I mean, he chooses when to try, chooses when not to try. He's not He's not a starting caliber big. I mean, let's be real. He's just not a starting caliber big, not the big that we need. And it's sad because it was like, man, at the beginning of the season, like, if anyone's gonna turn this guy around, it's gonna be Luka. And shit, Luka has done all that he can. Luka sometimes throws some passes. He had this one pass to DeAndre Ayton today that I don't think people really understand how hard that shit is. He had his one hand damn near was tied up behind his back because he was like holding the defender. He dribbling with his right, picked up the dribble and just threw that bitch to Aiden. Aiden, perfect lob. Yang it. Like, but Aiden doesn't put himself in positions to do that enough. He doesn't roll hard enough, doesn't protect the rim hard enough. And to Joe's point, he doesn't even finish the little shots that he made his bread and butter off of. But man, where we at?
That's where we're at indeed. But John, before we head on out, I know you've got something going good at Lakers Corner, my friend.
Yes, please check me out, you guys. Lakers Corner on YouTube. I do 3-minute game recaps. I do weekly show. Please do check out also my Instagrams, Lakers_corner. I am trying to get 8,000 on there. We're at 7,000 right now. Check out my TikTok, which was going fast but slowed up, baby. It slowed up. Right now I'm at 7,444. So check me out on there as well. I'm at Lakers Corner 24. And Twitter, where I just rant throughout the game. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate you guys being here. Everybody in the chat being here, and Joe, my dogs.
No, Carino, no, you're right on the money. This is who he is. He's lacked motor his entire NBA career. This is the DeAndre Ayton experience. Although Portland and Phoenix suffered worse because it cost them more money than what it cost the Lakers. And that's the thing. The expectations for me weren't that high because I've already seen throughout his career that this is what you get. And Joe, again, before we head out, A, do you have a experiment and coming up before you leave? And B, do you want to enlighten our Carino a little bit more about the DeAndre Ayton experience?
I don't know if I'm going to have an experiment yet because I'm going to be traveling to Arizona on Thursday. If I have something tomorrow night, maybe, but I might be out tomorrow night. I apologize for the delay. It's been a few weeks here, but I'll get back in the saddle of things here in a few weeks. DeAndre Ayton, sometimes in life, you have to just accept those people who are who they are.
Because we talked about Kobe and his competitive drive to always be the best, and that's something that
I don't know if
Ayton doesn't have.
This isn't comparing the two, but because DeAndre Ayton, unfortunately, is for a number 1 overall pick, he's a bust.
Fact.
It's not even a discussion at this point. Even deep down in his soul, he knows that. Especially with a player like Luka in that draft. Hell, even Trae Young to some degree. Those guys should have been 1 and 2.
Jackson Jr. Yeah, just a lot of talent in that draft.
The only hope is he snaps out of it and plays his butt off and thinking, hey, man, if I do this and we make a run, I can get maximum dollars. But it looks like it might not be a decision thing with him. He just might not be that bright.
He's got 21 games to prove it.
He might be sniffing. He might be sniffing the hippie lettuce a little too.
He's for sure sniffing hippie. And that's the problem is I feel like people don't understand. Like weed is not for everybody. Like if you don't got that kind of discipline in you, you cannot be smoking weed. And I think DeAndre Ayton is smoking weed and don't got that kind of discipline. And you know what's funny actually? Marcus Smart, he did this video on YouTube. This channel is called Grilled, right? And it essentially is like fans get to grill their favorite players and like ask them questions. And Marcus Smart was on there, and Marcus Smart essentially was talking about DA, and he was like, "Look, man, DA's my dog, but DA's kind of everywhere. So my role on the team is to kind of keep him in order." He said that verbatim. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's over for DeAndre Ayton. It's over for him." I know he's fucking around, but he even said like, "Yeah, this guy's all over the place. Basically my role on the team is to be on him." Yeah. If somebody role on a team is to be on you so that you can do your job, yeah, bro, this is not.
Well, Black, he said that not everybody can have. Like you said, like in your statement, Michael Phelps smoked. Yes, I get that.
Exactly.
I understand.
That, Black. That's what I'm saying. Black. For once in our life, we're actually agreeing with each other. I'm saying that some people can smoke weed and be extremely disciplined, i.e., Michael Phelps, i.e., myself. But some people
didn't he smoke because he needed to eat more and he couldn't finish.
Who Phelps or DA?
Phelps needed to smoke
Phelps
weed
needed like 4,000 calories.
Yeah, he needed to eat like because he swam so much he was turning in. Yeah, he'd turn into nothing if he didn't eat. Weed helps your appetite and all that, right?
The average human eats 2,000 or needs 2,000 calories a day or thereabouts.
But then again, he can't be smoking. They would have tested him at the Olympics, right? So he wasn't smoking then.
No. I mean, I don't know what he was doing.
Because it's not a legal substance with the IOC.
It isn't?
I don't believe it's a legal substance with the IOC. I don't think it is. I don't. I'll check on that just to make sure right now. But John, that's what I think. That's what was going on. But yes, the DeAndre Ayton experience is something obviously we have to explore more. But yeah, it's been an experience so far. In essence, John, he is looking on the stat board and everything from what we're seeing. He is looking like Clint Capella more and more each day.
Yeah. Oh wait, who? DA?
Yeah.
Not a prime Clint Capella.
13-8. Clint Capella was quite often 13-8 throughout the course of his starting career in Atlanta.
Yes, but numbers are not everything. The way that Clint Capella was playing was that's kind of how we need DA to play. Roll with that kind of intensity, protect the rim, and be a pick and roll lob threat. He's not even really doing that.
I'm looking up for it's not legal.
Definitely Snoop Dogg. This is just a nightly occurrence, guys.
Yeah, the International Olympic Committee has maintained a strict policy against cannabis, which includes THC and is prohibited in all competitions, Joe. So,
anyway.
How do you know that, Black?
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I think he said that. I think he said that previous, but yeah, like you said, he has to detox for 30 days, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah, also, if you're not smoking too often, like you can smoke one time and that shit won't be in your system the next day if you're not smoking often.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Oh boy, Joe. I used to do it all the get arounds back in the day. But then thank God for Zoom, corporate America. They don't care what you're doing. They just want you to get to your quota.
They kind of care.
Gone down the toilet.
If you show up on a police,
but
if you show up on a police blotter, John,
they kind of giving me is not down the toilet.
Okay, John, if you show up on a police blotter the next day, I think Zoom is caring what you're doing.
If I show up on a what?
For lack of a better, if you show up and you commit a crime and you got your, your mug shot right there, they used to call it police blotter, but if you commit a crime, you're on a mug shot. Yes, Zoom will care about it the next day
for sure. But smoking weed isn't a crime.
I said cannabis. Cannabis. That's its name is Cannabis Sports Baby. Did you not know marijuana and cannabis was kind of the
cannabis is not a crime though, Gerald? Probably light one up with Eric Yuan himself.
Tingus Pingus is, you know what Tingus Pingus is.
Tingus Pingus? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus?
Yeah,
that video is so funny.
That video is crazy. But again, it is, of course, the Lakers fast break. I think we've put to rest as far as the IOC's rules on cannabis, something like that. But it is, of course, the Lakers winning 110-101. We'll be back on Thursday, at least John and I, hopefully we'll be back. All goes well on that. Joe is going to be in transit at that point in time. So if he does come on, it left a warning to you. He can't yell at you with the video. He's going to have to yell at you from mobile if he comes back on. So no, I said cannabis.
All right. Anyhow,
Joe, you're on mute.
Harold Kumar movies are grade A comedy movies. I highly recommend them.
I only watch basketball movies.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
I only watch basketball movies.
You've
Mike.
Not seen a Harold and Kumar movie at all?
Mike
is a good movie. Space Jam is a cool movie. Above the Rim is a fucking great movie. He Got Game is a good movie. That's another good movie.
What are you gonna start talking about Casablanca too? Like, how many of these movies are like from 50 years ago?
Like Mike is like younger than me. Like Mike.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
Anyway.
Well, if you see him and he yells at you left, let us know.
I'm not yelling at you.
I'll go left. Or
Like
right.
Mike came out when?
Like
2002.
Mike came out. Yeah, come on, guys. I was
2002.
born in 98. Let's be real here.
Dude, you were like 3. How the hell do you remember watching it?
Because I had a brother that was born in 94, and I was doing everything he was doing, and I just remember, and there were so many like Mikes too.
I don't remember what I did yesterday. You knew what you were doing at 3 years old?
I remember vaguely. I remember very very distinctly the 81-point game. I was actually just telling Mark the other day.
Yeah, but that's different. You were
6.
9.
No, I was 7 actually. 7. But anyway,
I thought you were born in 99.
I was born in 98.
The Harold and Kumar movies are of their time, but they are very funny.
Wouldn't you be 10? Oh wait, 06. Never mind. Gotcha.
06, Joe.
Sorry, gotcha.
Yes. Anyway.
All
right, guys.
Well, this is the Lakers fast break. I'll be back. Hopefully, John will be back. Joe, if he can't stop by, will be on the road.
Air Bud.
Oh my gosh.
Air Bud is a good movie.
I like Old Yeller.
But
The ending.
Black said like.
Hey, did I tell you? I told you guys a story. I pissed some lady off on Facebook.
Oh, Joe, how did you do that, Mike?
Some lady's like, "Is there somewhere where someone can come to the house and euthanize my dog for a cheap price?" By the way, it's expensive. By the way, to take a dog out. So I said, "Why don't you just Old Yeller it?" And then there was a half a page of people pissed off. I'm like, dude, this is what they did for billions of years until about maybe 30 years ago. Why are you getting mad at me? That's what they did. Jeez. Sensitive people and their fucking dogs. No, I'm not yelling at you.
Fuck them dogs and them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids and dogs and cats and shit.
SB, to answer your question, again, it's still listed as a mystery illness with Kristaps Porzingis. I guess the POTS, that's the short name for it, the postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome diagnosis that Steve Kerr provided at one time. He had to walk back, so it's still a mystery illness for Kristaps Porzingis right now at this point. So there you go. All right. Capper on the Lakers winning 110-101. We'll be back on Thursday with the post game. Okay, you guys are just going on left field again. Okay. It is, of course, the Lakers fast break. Please.
Brokeback Mountain's actually a good movie.
Yes, we discussed that the other day. It is a really good movie. It was of its time, but it was a really good movie.
I just don't watch the gay parts. I just kind of like look away. There's not a lot in there. It's only like maybe 3 or 4 scenes. So
it's 2 guys acting, Joe. Goodness gracious.
I can't look. Listen, the story is sad. The story's good. I like the cinematography. It's a great movie. There's no denying it.
Can't be a great movie if there's 2 gay men.
But the gay acts.
Sorry, Gerald. I'm sorry, Gerald. I was just trying to... Gerald's like, I can never post this.
It's not.
Oh, it's already posted, John. It's already live on YouTube. It's already
sorry, YouTube.
That genie went out of the bottle a long time ago with the show.
I'm a genie in a bottle. You remember that song? That song came out when you were born, by the way, John.
Really? In the bottle? But who is that by?
Django Unchained. Now that's a great movie. Django Unchained was a great movie.
Isn't that about like slaves or some shit like that?
You haven't seen Django Unchained?
Dude,
you gotta watch it.
He just told you his.
I'm not a big movie guy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
His off ramp.
What the hell you're into? Movie. Just do it.
What do I do?
I was into Wizards and Harry Potter, and I still watched it.
What was? Oh no way! I'm not sitting down for 2 hours and watching Harry Potter.
2 hours.
A fake
There's 9 movies.
A fake movie. No way! I wanted to tell you guys something because there was something really cool I found out the other day. You know, Brandy. She's like Ray J's sister or whatever. Her song, the "Have You Ever Knew," that one, that was a #1 song The Day I Was Born. Can you believe that? It was the number one song on the Billboard. The Day I Was Born.
Terrible song.
Okay. Right.
Django and Inglorious is definitely. If I was gonna be, who would I be in Django Unchained?
Probably not the slave.
No. I have no idea who I'd be. I know who I would. I know who I would have been in Inglorious Bastards. I would have been Stiglitz.
Stiglitz. Who would you have been in those movies?
He was the Nazi killer.
Have you ever seen?
He'd go into their rooms and kill them.
Have you ever seen Holes, Joe? That's a good movie.
I have. Yes, it's good.
Who would you be in that?
I have to think about that one too. Yeah, I don't know who I would be in Django. I really don't, because I don't. I mean, I can act it. I can be, let's say, the character that Don Johnson played. I could probably be him, but I didn't connect with any actors or performances in that one. I just like the movie.
Why is it? How is this a joke?
Joe, how much is a Joe DiMaggio signed baseball card? I don't know. I'm going to send you the link to my girl's thing. Just see if she's got something.
In the meantime,
we're going to head on out. Go ahead and join us on the post game on Thursday. Thank you
Talk
so much,
more movies
DBSH.
Tonight.
Go DBSH.
On the Lakers Fast Break.
Yes.
Movie time.
All right. Well, appreciate the
times.
super chat from DBSH. Go ahead and make sure you support his channel every time out. Like and subscribe on Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Again,
is El Rosto still sending you 99 cents?
No, El Rosto.
Where's El Rosto?
El Rosto went to bed an hour ago.
Hour ago. I don't got time for that.
He's had an early day, so he said goodbye.
Goodbye. Give me a break. Early day.
Actually, El Rosto's contribution last month, I just got.
That's a good one, Black.
I gave
Dominic the Coco. Dominic
Drip Show. Drip Show is coming up with something good, and we're going to use it as a giveaway, an upcoming giveaway for this channel. So looking forward to that. Lakers Corner. Go ahead and check out 3 Minute Report.
You're
Joe
awesome.
Sorrell. Maybe he'll do a Joe Sorrell experiment and Sports Baby.
There
Thank you
will
again.
be an experiment soon enough.
Of being a member. Cannot thank you enough for doing so. You get all my stuff early that I do outside of Lakers Fast Break. So go ahead and hit me up there. And also, well, not everything. Because
18 months of membership.
Yeah. He's been a member for 18 months.
Wow.
Yes. The only thing I don't do here, as far as the LFB and all my good stuff, is the Lakers latest. Join me there. You'll see one there tomorrow for the Fan Arc Network. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back on Thursday, or at least two of us will be. I don't know about Joe, if he'll be doing on the road. Depends on what happens. But it is the Lakers at Denver.
Best trilogy movie.
okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Is that the third one? Is trilogy the third one?
I'd say the best trilogy is probably the Nolan Batmans.
That movie was too little too long.
Oh,
Good,
mind.
but
My
it's
theory
too
was
little too long. It's not. It doesn't hold up as well as the first two,
Released.
in my opinion.
Anyway.
It's good, but it's the other two are really, really good. In fact, the second was great. Dark Knight is great, absolutely great. For me, it's A Return of the King for Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, yeah, that might be it. Yeah.
Best picture. So there you go.
And the crazy thing is, I thought Two Towers was better than the.
I
one.
agree with you. Two Towers is better, but
which goes to show you how ridiculously good those movies were. And again, that's another thing that I got to tell everybody. I was in the theater when I did, like, there's two movies in the theater where I was looking around going, what the hell did I just watch? Like, in a good way. Inglourious Basterds, the other was Two Towers. I remember when they're walking up to the wherever they were going, I was like, man, I don't know what the hell that was, but that was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. I'm not into orcs or wizards or elves or dwarves. Like, that's not my thing. I don't watch that stuff. But that movie was grade A. Like, Peter Jackson is damn good.
Although Dune 3 later this year, keep an eye out on that one. I'll just leave it there. So of Dude 1 and 2. All right. It is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. We'll see you
John
on
will be
Thursday.
slapping his ham while we're watching that stuff.
Okay. All right.
What are we talking about? Trilogies? Is that the?
No, we're talking about you slapping your ham by yourself.
I don't slap my hands. I have someone do that for me.
You.
All right.
From AC Green to that. Okay.
AC Green. Giggity you. All right.
Gerald, I have a Return of the King. Yes. Please. Thank you. If you can. Yes. Drip Show, you're the best, my friend. Yeah, you know I'm
You're
a big
just saying that left on base to piss me off. You don't mean that. There's no way you mean that.
Fast and Furious is the greatest movie.
No. Come on, left on base. Come on, left. We like you, left. You're back on our good side. No, come on.
Don't end up like Left Side.
No. Nothing beats the original trilogy.
You mean dead?
Star Wars. Andor was great. Andor's great. Andor is the best thing since the Star Wars original trilogy, and I'll just leave it at that.
I love. I actually. There's a legitimate argument that Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Rogue One is better because of Andor, and I'll leave it at that. So if you got to watch that series, it's an excellent series, and I'll see that. DBSH beat 'em chicken nuggets. So yes, candy.
I had those, by the way, a few days ago. I hadn't had them in a while.
Chicken nuggets?
They were good, but you have to. I have to have them with hot mustard sauce. If it's not hot mustard, I can't eat them.
Yeah, there you go.
That's actually why I eat them. It's because of the hot mustard sauce.
Yes, I agree. Joe and I will agree on that.
So my cousins, when I was in Arizona, they bought like, I don't know, 100 of them because we had the whole fam there.
The 40 pounds.
I distinctively told them, hot mustard sauce, hot mustard sauce, hot mustard sauce. The dumb shits bought honey mustard.
And no ketchup?
Fuck ketchup. I'm not eating chicken with ketchup. What are you, nuts? Anyways,
nope, I'm fucking insane.
As soon as I saw it, I gave it a shot too, by the way. I dipped it in there with totally knowing it was going to suck ass. I ate it. I was like, I can't eat this. But I didn't say anything because I don't want, it was free food. I said, I can't do this. I can't. Not without my hot mustard sauce.
Yeah, it's got to be hot mustard.
Absolute wasted time because half the stuff got thrown away, by the way.
Get ketchup next time and you're going to waste your time. On that note,
spicy hot mustard.
If I find out you eat steak with ketchup, I'm going to whoop your ass.
You know what I'm about to tell you that's about to rock your world right now?
I'm going to rock your brain in the nut mush into ketchup.
You guys, and I know I'm going to get judged from all you guys, but...
No, I already know where you're going. I don't want to hear it.
You don't. Don't judge me until you try.
I already judged you. I'm a judge. I'm a judger. I don't waste time with that bullshit.
Ketchup on your pizza is going to be a game-changing move.
You guys get mad at me about pineapple. Oh my god!
Fuck no, pineapples. Pineapples is not supposed to be on a pizza. Pineapples.
Who are you, the pizza police?
Pineapples are supposed to be cold.
Have a Hawaiian pizza and then say
pineapple on a pizza.
I'll tell you what. I'll do your lousy ketchup on a pizza deal if you do a Hawaii. Actually, have a true Hawaiian.
I'd rather eat a Hawaiian pizza than ketchup on fucking pizza. What are you, fucking crazy?
No, I'm not putting a Hawaiian. I'm not putting that, something that's supposed to be cold on a warm pizza. That's like eating a warm tomato.
Barbecue sauce is fine because I get the barbecue sometimes.
Ketchup on a
well, fuck with the ketchup.
Oh, I gotta end this show now. I'm gonna get sick.
Ketchup on eggs is fine when you have hash browns with it.
No, ketchup should not be on your breakfast. Just your pizzas.
Hash browns, yes.
And your cheeseburgers.
Don't make me kick you in the ear.
Ranch is good with pizza. What are you talking about? Ranch is good with pizza.
Yeah, ranch, but it's got to be the right ranch.
But you gotta fold up your pizza
Black
and then you just dip it in the ranch.
Always love ranch. So
who?
Black
or
people.
Like a nice
I've never heard black people eat ranch in my life until you just told me.
Have you never heard of a black person eat ranch?
Yeah, never.
I'm gonna call up another black person.
Hot sauce.
This AC Green. A lot of enlightening things today on this show, but it is of course the
hot sauce and fried chicken. That's the shit I've been doing since I was a kid. That's when I found out that I was maybe black because I did that too. That was a joke, by the way.
I hope it was. 110 to 101. The Lakers win. We'll be back on Thursday. I don't know who will be here. Someone will be here.
That's a good question, Carino. I'm sorry, Gerald. I got to answer these questions. If you go to The Habit, if you go to Wingstop, if you go to Red Robin, they make a really good ranch. Don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings for ranch. Tastes like ass mixed in with more ass.
How do you know what ass mixing with more ass tastes like that?
Because when you taste stuff, you have to be able to smell it. So when somebody says it tastes like shit, it's because of the smell.
Hey, real shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. This thing that Black just said is probably the most accurate thing he's ever said in his existence on this earth. Nothing beats ranch from Wingstop. 100% agree.
Yeah, dude, I could drink that shit. Not wings.
All right.
Ketchup
on pizza.
What do you mean, all right?
No, it's not, brother. Try it.
You're the one that putting ketchup on pizza and you're cracking on me?
Try it. Just try it.
No, I just said I liked your the ranch from Wingstop.
Drip, I'm not. I'm actually 100% from that region in Iraq. My sister did a DNA thing. She's like, yeah, man, we didn't go anywhere, man. We're right there. So I'm 100% breed.
And on that
So that
note,
means he got the card.
Brown and proud.
So that means he got the card and everything.
it is the Lakers Fast Break. We'll be back on Thursday, hopefully with more banter. We don't know where Joe will be. Hopefully John will stop on by.
What about hot honey and cheese on pepperoni?
Gerald's
Hot
like,
honey
fuck,
on
dude.
cheese.
Gerald, wrap up. Go. They're gonna keep
All
going.
right. We'll see you more for more pizza ideas, as always, and notifications on AC Green as well, right here on the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Ketchup on.
Take care, everyone. Have a safe trip, Joe. Thanks, Carino. Appreciate it. So you're not Haitian?
Try that ketchup.
Yes, I am, Drip. I'm just fronting, because I want to belong and make everybody happy.
Don't ever at me because I like pineapple on pizza.
Terrible. That's a terrible decision.
On pizza.
Pineapple.